University of Oklahoma, basketball fans. Hello, howdy do, yippee-you. It's basketball time in Oklahoma. Yes, it is. The men's basketball game. They had 2 exhibition games. They won them. Now it's time for them to kick off the season. They'll do that pretty early. They'll get rocketed rolling as they'll face Alabama, hosted by Anthony Grant. Anthony Grant is in his 5th year at the Tide, finishing 23-13 last year with an NIT postseason appearance as they beat Maryland and the NIT and won it last season. Anthony Grant has a total of 162 wins to 77 losses in 8 years of coaching, 3 at Virginia Commonwealth, and the last 5 at Alabama. Leading returning scorers for the Tide, Trevor Relaford, 14.9 points per bowl game, 85 assists, and 2.7 rebounds per bowl game for Trevor. And Rodney Cooper, 10.2 points per bowl game, 33 assists, and 4.5 rebounds per game for the Tide. As far as our Sooners are concerned, what a year they had in 2012. Finishing 20-12. Get it? Losing to San Diego State in the second round of the tournament. Lon Kruger's their head man. He's been here for 3 years. He has a combined 114 wins to 331 losses while at Texas Pan American, the University of Florida, Illinois, UNLV, and at our Oklahoma Sooners. Not to include 2 stints in the NBA with the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. Returning players for the Sooners. Buddy Hield, 7.8 points per ball game, 50 assists last year, and 4.2 rebounds per game for the Sooners. And Cameron Clark, 6.5 points per ball game, 14 assists, 3.2 rebounds per game, coming off the bench for the Sooners. So after they held off Alabama, the Sooners headed home. They will head home with a game in the Coaches versus 2 games actually in the Coaches versus Cancer Classic against the Mean Green of North Texas. In 2012, the Mean Green were 12-20, losing in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament last year. Tony Bedford is their coach in his 2nd year at UNT. Their head coach, they're returning scorers and everything. Jordan Williams is their returning scorer, 14.2 points per ball game, 0.7 assists, and 3.7 rebounds per game for North Texas. For the Sooners, for the Sooners of Oklahoma, the Sooners of 2012 were 2012. They lost in the NCAA tournament in the second round to San Diego State. Head coach is Lon Kruger in his 3rd year with the team, with a career wins mark of 114 and 331, not including 2 stints in the NBA with the Hawks and the Knicks. The .608 winning percentage holds at Texas Pan American, Florida, Illinois, UNLV, and Oklahoma. As far as the Sooners returning scorers and everything like that are concerned, Buddy Hield is the returning leading scorer, 7.8 points per ball game, 50 assists, and 4.2 rebounds per game for the Sooner. Also returning is Cameron Clark, 6.5 points per ball game, 1.4 rebounds per game, and 3.2 rebounds per game for Oklahoma. And he is coming off the bench doing that. As for the next game after that, also in the Coaches versus Cancer Classic, will be the Vandals of 2012. The Vandals of 2012 were 12-18. They lost to New Mexico State in the West WAC Conference Tournament. Don Verline is in his sixth season at Idaho with a 81-78 record, and his first opportunity to coach was at Idaho. Madison Steffen, 14.1 points per ball game, 63 assists and a 6.3 assists and 4.8 rebounds per ball game for Madison. He's the leading scorer. Also is Connor Hill, 12.1 points per ball game, 3.6 assists, and 1.9 rebounds per ball game for Idaho. For the Sooners of 2012, they're coached by Lon Kruger in his third year at Oklahoma. Also is coached at Texas Pan American, Florida, the University of Illinois, UNLV, and Oklahoma, with a career mark of 114 and 331. They lost to San Diego State last year in the tournament, and he has also been in the NBA for 2 stints. He was with the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. Buddy Hield is the returning leading scorer for the Sooners, 7.8 points per ball game, 5 assists, and 4.2 rebounds per ball game for the Sooners. Off the bench also is Cameron Clark, 6.5 points per ball game, 1.4 assists per ball game, and 3.2 rebounds per ball game for the Sooners. This has been a preview of the Coaches versus Cancer Classic, first 2 rounds in the Alabama game. Next will be the round of games in the Brooks, Brooklyn, New York. First up, Seton Hall. See you then, and as always, everybody, Boomer Sooner. Take care, everybody.